Today is Q&A about the StreamDeck. So I've got the StreamDeck, and this is the StreamDeck. So this is a physical device, you can see, with these amazing buttons. Now, these buttons don't come pre-installed. I'll show you what this is all about, how to get like these amazing buttons. They're custom to your production. But so this allows me to basically move in between, two different camera setups, scenes, do all of the things. I'm gonna come back out of that. Do all of the different things, right? We've got the puppy cam, we've got snow that we can add. So as I'm doing my production, I'm just using the StreamDeck to run the entire thing. That means I have a push button simple production, and I can look super professional, and you might not even notice that I'm hitting buttons. You might think I have some fancy producer, like some crazy fancy content creator. I used to have a producer, but then I thought, I don't really need it. I can do it all myself. So there you go. Okay, if you do have, I am not a good hand model. My hands are not pretty things, especially right now. Like, I need to cut my nails. I always have cuts on my hands are not very pretty, so they're not a good hand model. But maybe I should hire Callie to come. I guess I already hired her. Maybe I should make Callie to come over here during the thing and be the hand model. She has much prettier hands than I do. Okay, so if you have questions about the StreamDeck, you can go ahead and type Q in front of your question to make sure that that gets gathered. So the way we do questions and answers is they get gathered if you put a Q into my queue. If you put a Q into my queue, my list of questions to read off. So this is not on topic, but I'm using the Sony a6100 with a 16mm f1.4 lens. And that is exactly what we teach you inside of our studio workshop, where you can learn all about professional setups, how to step-by-step set up a video and live video production that is super professional and very easy. Okay, hands are overrated. Okay, so I'm gonna start answering questions, but first, let me point this out. When you look at my StreamDeck, this StreamDeck is not the way your StreamDeck will look when you set yours up, because I've added these fancy icons that Paul Dixon made, and I noticed this one should be different. This one should have the words up in the middle. Anyway, I need to fix that. Maybe I'll fix that while we're live. But these are custom icons. Oh, I keep forgetting I don't have an actual camera for that. So these are custom icons that you can download and use on your StreamDeck if you so desire. Otherwise, I'll show you what that looks like without them and without them installed, so you can see the difference. Okay, let me show you that real quick, actually. I'm gonna go into demo mode here. And you can see this is the StreamDeck software. So if you're not familiar with StreamDeck at all and you wanna learn how to set it up from scratch, I have a video on just that. So we'll link to that, and make sure you watch that after this. But this is the StreamDeck software, where you can literally drag and drop icons or actions from the StreamDeck software into your physical device. See how? Okay, let me show you this. I just added this one in the software. This is the software. And now you can see on the camera that it is showing up here. So what I can do is then go into here and I can name it. This is, let's do phone. Okay, we're gonna do phone, and then we're going to select an item. Now this matches what you've set up in your scenes section inside of Ecamm or whatever software you have. If you use vMix, if you use Ecamm, we have tutorials on how exactly to set that up. So I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna find the scene that matches the phone which I already have one in here. My scenes are a bit of a mess. You'll have to forgive me because I'm always doing tutorials. Don't do what I do. Do what I say, not what I do. Hold on. I know I have it here somewhere. There it is. Okay, phone cam. And now I just want to make sure that when I click that, there we go. There's the phone. So I'm clicking here, and normally if I was actually putting this into production, I would put the phone up here somewhere as opposed to in this empty slot that I have. There you go. Like, that's how you set it up. But you'll notice that when we go back into, well, I can just go here. So you'll notice how this looks versus these, right? So this is the native way that the StreamDeck icon will look, because you're just labeling it through the software, and then it's going to pick up the image that it sees and display that on the key. But if you want things to look like this, you know, and you can do some blanks, you can, that's what Jack is, if you were wondering. That's what Jack is. Jack, get off the furniture. How many times have I told you to get off the furniture? Jack, he never listens. So you can do fun stuff like that, right? And so I love being able to change out all of these, so I easily see what's what. I can hit the hide comment button, I can hit the mute button, I can change out everything. Like, I know what all of these are at a super quick visual without having to like really look at that button. So you see the massive difference, and if you want these custom icons, you can get them right here. You can get them right here at the livestreampros.com/store, and you can get custom icons. They're super cheap right now. We haven't raised the price from launch, but you also can find a whole bunch of other professional live streaming graphics for your streams. Okay, let's see. My son Jack is now scared of Floria. Sorry. Whoops. So link scenes up with whatever button on the StreamDeck. Exactly. Yes. So you set your scenes up first in your software. I'm using Ecamm, but you can also do that in vMix. And then you're linking those two things together so that they communicate. Okay, so lots of questions coming through. Let's make sure I get to some, and then I'm going to show you a couple of pro tips to have more fun with your StreamDeck. How does that sound? David, member for 9 months. Is there a video on using the icons on StreamDecks we purchased? Yes. I did a YouTube video about that. And so I thought we put that in the README file. Did you check your README file when you purchased the StreamDeck icons? I thought we included a link to that. If not, we can wrap back around on that and add that. But in the meantime, can our mods, sorry guys, can we put a link to that YouTube video that I did about how to set those up? But essentially, I can do you a quick demo here. So when you are loading in let's say I want to change this phone one from a default to one of my icons, all I'm going to do is download those icons that you've purchased from the store, or any that you create, right? It doesn't have to be ours. You can create your own if you are so talented. I certainly am not. That's why I have Paul Dixon. And then you just set from file, and then you get in the StreamDeck package, you get all of these different colors. You're not going to get uniquely you. That's unique to me. But you get the red, the purple, pink, orange, blue, green, all of the different choices. You have 94 different options within each color, which means you have like 570 different variety of options, something crazy like that. So there you go. That's how you put it in there. It's so super simple. And then in here in the text, if you know what that icon is and it doesn't need any further clarification, I just uncheck the show title. That way it's clear and it's clean. But like on these CTAs, right, we've got the call to actions. those need clarification on what they are. So I need to know whether I'm hitting the call to action for the Streamer Accelerator program or to the graphics, the store. So just understand that. There you go. Okay, there we go. Optimo mode. Glenessa, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. The graphics are not customizable, so everything you'll find in our store when we offer graphics are built and meant for people who don't have the technical expertise or artistic expertise to understand how to work within Photoshop. Like, I'm one of those people. There's no shame in that. We all, the majority of the world sucks at graphics, sucks at the visual art, right? So that's why we create them. If you are able to do them yourself, or you really need the customized versions, then you have the ability to do so. So we don't offer customization just because then what happens when we do is people will come to us and be like, I screwed it up, fix it. And we can't offer that kind of support. So, okay. Next question. Frederick, are there any plugins you recommend apart from Ecamm, of course, for the StreamDeck? So you can actually, I don't use the StreamDeck personally for anything else, but you can use it for your entirety of your computer setup. So any apps that you use, you can do system-wide custom or options for your StreamDeck. So you could have a profile for just working within the computer. Now, we always recommend do not use your streaming computer for anything other than streaming, meaning work, meaning downloading a bunch of apps, all of that good fun stuff, right? So that's why I don't use it for anything else, because I don't do anything else on my computer. But I actually could, I could open a browser and set it for the specific window that I want to open, or the specific tab and website that I want to open. So you can do a lot for that. Kat said, set up a StreamDeck profile for productivity, and it's awesome, fantastic. So I'm going to throw this one to the community because I know a lot of you do use the StreamDeck for a multiple options. So throw in the comments what plugins do you use? Anar, thank you so much for the super sticker. A red rose. Oh, thank you. Okay, next question. Singing, how do you bring in and install the custom keys? I just showed you that. Piyush, is the StreamDeck USB, and what configuration does it require for PC users? Also, I only use vMix. So Piyush, StreamDeck is USB, so it's super simple. It's plug and play, very, very easy. If you use vMix, I want you to go watch the video that David did on the StreamDeck and vMix. We have an entire tutorial about that. Times Masquerade demonstration, please. How to program one function. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's do it. So going back into demo mode. So, well, I kind of did that already with this one, with the phone, but I'll do another one. Actually, let me show you this. So here you have different profiles. So you have the default profile, which is just a default profile. I've named and customized all my profiles because I do different shows. I have the Live Streaming Pros show. I have the Go Live Now show that I do in partnership with Ecamm every Thursday. I have interview shows and solo shows, and I have speeches that I do, right? So like for my speech, keynote speech last Friday, I created a profile just for that. That way I'm not distracted by a whole bunch of other things that I'm not going to use that in that moment for that specific purpose. So then I have just the camera, the pip, right? So if I go there, then I've got the pip, which this was my presentation coming in from the different computer, which is not set up darn it. What did I mute on? Nobody pinged me on live. Oh no, I didn't see any of that come through. Okay. Thank you, Callie.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I'm hearing like delays.
Yeah. Bye. I'm so sorry. What happened? I don't have a clue what I did. Okay. I have no idea how that happened. My apologies. What do I need to, what am I redoing? Oh, the joys. See, this is one of those things that, this is one of those things that you have to multitask. So sometimes I don't pay attention to comments because I'm trying to dive into the information and deliver. We have a system for that, but for some reason it wasn't showing up in my area that the team was trying to get a hold of me. Happened when I went into demo mode. Oops. Hold on. Why is it moding that? Why is it muting that? That is so weird. I have no idea why that happened. Okay. Hey, Joe, how are you? Just coming back from a tech issue. That's all. Okay. So what was I showing you? The profiles. Okay. Profiles. Okay. I'm going to go back into demo mode, check my audio. Oh, looks like I'm good. Okay. So profiles is what I was showing you. So profiles right here. And by the way, this is why, Paul, I like to have my comments over here because then I'm seeing them instead of way over there. Boo, boo, boo. Oh, presentation profile. Got it. Okay, that's why. Okay, so profiles right here are a way to separate out things. So I have the, you have to be on eCam for the demo button to work. So I have the LSP show that I do solo and interviews, which are two different profiles. Then I have the Go Live Now show, right? And then, so I think you guys heard that because that's if it went into, I think you guys heard all of that. So that's how I use profiles. I'm going to assume you heard quite a bit there. But when you can just, drop in, you can create different profiles. This is my Go Live Now interview, right? So when I do a Go Live Now interview, I have this profile. When I do Go Live Now solo, I have a different profile because I care about different things, different buttons for each different type of show that I do, right? So we have the speech. It's constantly checking my audio now. So that's kind of how you think about StreamDeck. Profiles are incredibly powerful. Then you can use the folders, which you could dive deeper into. And so let's say, let's say you want to have the same profile, but you want to dive deeper into maybe you have the screen share or something and you have multiple things within that. Or David has his PTZ Optics camera set up for a folder so that he has the move buttons there. So you could do it however feels right to you, but it's super, super, super helpful. And you can see I didn't even name this one, but if you do want to, if you need to name them. So what you do is you go into here. So you're going into the gear icon, go into profiles, and then you just double click on it. I don't remember what this one was. Oh, this was the with Callie. Here. This was the with Callie one. That was the holiday fun. So then you have all of your different profiles you can swap back and forth between. Okay, let's go back into questions. I need some music while I look for while I get myself back into the questions here. John, since you can switch from different cameras, etc., you can almost use it in place of an ATEM Mini, right? I know the ATEM does more, but for the simple switches, it looks like a StreamDeck will do okay. So ATEM Mini, we have an entire stream. I'm bringing on Photo Joseph, who is an old friend who loves and uses the ATEM Mini, and a lot of people do. So we're going to talk about pros and cons and how you can use the ATEM Mini. But the one of the biggest cons of the ATEM is that you're connecting multiple sources, multiple cameras to that device, and you're bringing it into Ecamm or your software, whatever software that is, and it shows up only as a single source. So that doesn't give you a lot of control. So yes, I prefer, but we'll hear from Photo Joseph if I'm missing something here, but I prefer to be able to have multiple cameras connected to the computer, and you may need a powered hub to bring in multiples if you're missing ports for that on your computer. But then you have full control, and then you have the StreamDeck being able to move in between. So for example, let me show you this. Okay, hold tight. I got to show you this because this is one of the pro tips that people don't realize. So I've canceled the music for now, but usually the music is going, right? I'm on mute. And then I have guests coming in, or I have the puppy cam, right? So what I can do is with this, so these three red buttons right here are different cameras, and this is the camera switcher feature. This is the camera switcher run, right? So if I'm gonna do the epoch cam as this camera, then what I'm gonna do is during the countdown, instead of hitting this button, right? If I hit that button, I'm gonna go back to this mode, the main camera, but I want the countdown timer to switch cameras underneath without changing that scene. So what I do instead is I put the camera switcher, and I'm able to, oh wait, hold on. There you go. So I'm able to move back and forth between me, which is not programmed, sorry. There you go. So me and Ecamm, or the epoch cam. Right? So I never lose the countdown timer, and I am still able to, do all of the different buttons. There we go. So how freaking cool is that? That is one of the things that I love about the StreamDeck, is that it gives me that ability to really fine tune that production. The Woozle effect. Love your name. I have no idea what that means, but it's a cool name. Can you put vMix actions into multi-action buttons or toggles on StreamDeck? Okay, so those of you who are vMix users, David has a video. I was on that one as well, walking you through everything, but I want you to go watch that vMix video. And he's probably in there answering you anyway in the comments, but multi-action buttons, I believe you can. But he answered all of those questions on that video. Environmental coffee house, simple. Show us how to put the, oh, I already did. Raul, how to bring in a laptop into the stream. I want to do coding sessions. By the way, I'm new. No, you're not. So when you are, I'm just constantly checking my audio in demo mode. I'm gonna sit down. Do you mind if, since this is a super casual day, do you mind if I sit down? Can I just hang out with you guys today instead of standing? For some reason, I just don't feel like standing. Okay, so 3D print creator, you're late. Well, when you're late, you're supposed to bring cookies for the whole class. So where's the cookies and what kind are they? Okay, so laptop into the stream. I just bring it in via HDMI. So that's a whole video that I'm walking you through. I think that's right after Christmas is when we're releasing that one. So hang tight for that. I will walk you through everything, but it's really simple. You're just bringing in your computer into your computer via another capture card. And so I connect that into the capture card goes into the computer, and then the software sees it as another camera, which you can do some really cool things using that setup. That's the way I did my presentation. So yeah, I'll talk about all of that in that video, and then we'll have a Q&A that follows that video. I want to do it as a recorded video because it's just easier to show that process. Curtis, can you use a button on the StreamDeck to activate an overlay like subscribe now? Yeah. So you would set that up in the scene. So let me show you this. So what you would want to do is set up your scene itself, right? So we have, these are, when you don't plan for everything. So these are actually a bunch. Why do you keep doing that? Come on now. So if you have, let's do a YouTube like, right? Hey, it stayed good. Okay, hit that like button on YouTube, right? So this is a scene, and then all you need to do is add that to the scene like I showed you. So again, I'm just gonna kill this, and then we're gonna run scene. I have 2 ways that I'm gonna show you this, okay? We have 2 ways. And then you would just choose the YouTube like, and then that button is going to hit this scene that you see set up right now. The other option is if you have an overlay like this overlay, so I'm gonna bring this up here so you can see. These are my overlays. See how I have snow in all scenes and it's hidden? Okay, right now it's hidden, but what I've done is with this snow button right here, that's showing the overlay, and then when I hit it again, it hides that overlay. So snow, no snow. That's how I easily do it, whatever camera I am on. So if you have something like that you want to do, then all you do for that, let me delete this, and then this is the one that you want, show, hide, overlay, boom. And then you choose from this drop-down box which overlay you want. Okay, hit that like button, right? So now when I go back to my main scene and I hit the show overlay, it's not working, hold on. Oh, that's because you need it on all show all scenes. So it's the snow that I have set up. But so snow, no snow, snow, no snow. But that's how you do it, is use the show hide overlay. Hopefully that helps Curtis. And let me get out of demo mode. Okay, nice. Brr. We sell the snow too, if you want to get it before the holidays end. And then of course we have lots of other things on the store as well. So again, oops, wrong one. If you want all of the StreamDeck key icons, or you want snow, or you want countdown timers or overlay graphics like the pips you see me using, all of that is right here on the store. And I'll hide that comment. Oh, that's another one. Okay, you guys, 2 buttons that you must include on your StreamDeck, okay? Hold on. Let me zoom in here. I'm gonna go to, I deleted my phone scene. Okay, this mute button, you couldn't hear me, right? So the mute button, if you have a coughing fit, mute button is where it's at. Hide comment. So I'm gonna throw a comment. Rabia's joining late. Again, if you come late, you gotta bring cookies for the whole class. We have 138 people right now. Did you bring 138 cookies? I'll be expecting them. Then I can hide the comment. See how easy that was? I just pushed the comment from Ecamm, hide comment. Those buttons are, oops. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Because I deleted my scene with the phone. So those are like 2 buttons that you have to include. You have to include. Another thing, and then I'm going to keep answering questions, that you can do. Now, some people love this. This is a little pro trick, like that you can add some extra pizzazz to your StreamDeck. I don't personally love it, and I'll tell you why after I show you how to set it up. But if you go into the settings, the gear, And then you go to set screensaver right here. You can actually set a image to fill your Stream Deck so that it's pretty and it looks cool when you're not using it actively in a profile. Let's see. I don't know. This is not a good example. Hold on. I'm trying to find the right. Nope. There was an Abby picture on my computer. Nope. Darn it. Where is it? Downloads? Oh, there. So, here, let's do this. Because this is like landscape mode. Okay. So, I set the screensaver, and then I had it go to sleep after like, never, but 5 minutes. And then you can also set your brightness here. Okay. So I'm going to, oh, shoot. I can't activate it. Do I have to like not do anything for 5 minutes? Anyway, what that does is it actually shows your entire, so instead of all of these buttons, you'll see that picture that goes across the buttons. So it's like the entire landscape picture right here on the buttons. And so then the reason I don't like it is because if it does go into sleep mode, you have to press a button and then you have to press a button and then you have to activate what you're trying to do. So I found it more annoying than cool. But I also don't leave this computer on for very long when I'm not using it. It is my streaming machine and only my streaming machine. So I don't really need my Stream Deck to be cool and pretty 5 minutes after it goes to sleep, because it's never really going to sleep. It's always active or it's shut down completely. So that's why I don't like it, but a lot of people do love it. So that's something as an option. Boy, you all are getting lots of cookies today. Those of you who showed up on time have lots of cookies coming your way from Dan, from everybody else who was late. Okay, Josh, just got the Stream Deck and have LSP icons. What do you use multi-action switch for in your production? How does it work? So multi-action, I was playing around with this to try and do a bleep button, and I think that some of our community members have actually figured that out. I just haven't had time to dedicate to setting it up or to watching their tutorial video. Did we post, is that in our Streamer Accelerator group? Callie or Kathleen or Andy, whoever's here that knows. Did we add that to Streamer Accelerator, or was it posted somewhere? Anyway, so what you would do, I'm going to go to like the default profile here and get you into, dang it right. Okay, let me go into demo mode. Okay, so if I go into the default profile here and set up a multi-action, so this is the multi-action switch that they're asking about. So this would give you the ability to have multiple things happen in sequence. Okay, so in that case, I don't actually use it, but what you could do is like you could do hotkey, right? So meaning we go into demo mode. My demo mode button is a hotkey, okay? So we could do hotkey and then it opens up a website. So that way I know that I'm going into demo mode. In demo mode, I'm always going to open up this one website because that's what I teach, right? I'm just spitballing here. So then you could open, let's see, I don't know what this one does. Let's see. File. Oh yeah, you could open an app. Where's my apps? Right? You could open an app because maybe in demo mode you want that to show. So you can just have a bunch of things happening in sequence through this process. That's what a multi-action does. Again, you have to make sure that you have like a reason for it, but that is definitely something that you can do and can be really super useful. So I actually need to dig into multi-actions a little bit more, because there are some things that I could do and automate things a little bit better. Let's see. Okay. Just checking on things. I created a ready to stream multi-action that opens the programs I use to stream. Boom, there you go. So this is another great use case for not doing it software specific, not streaming software specific, and having it for your entire production. So that could totally be something that you do. Can we copy complete folders to profiles? Let's give it a try. I don't know that I've ever done that. Let's see. So I'm going to go into a folder, and I've got a whole folder here. Copy. Let's create a new profile. Delete. It just copies that thing. So let's say, okay, hold on. We're gonna do this again. I'm going into my main production. Can you shift? No, I'm trying to shift. I don't think you can. If anybody knows, if anybody has a tip for that, then let us know. Okay, Josh. Oh wait, I already answered that. Ryan, when you push a comment, does it push the latest comment, or how does it know which one to throw? Great question. We're not actually pushing comments from the StreamDeck. You can't do that, as far as I know. I have not been able to find a way. But what I'm doing instead is I'm pushing comments from Ecamm. So I have my, hold on, let me make sure that there's nothing I can't show here. So I have my comment box, right? And I am adding that to broadcast. And then the StreamDeck button is to pull the comment, not push it. So just a little bit of clarification on that. That's what I'm doing. So if anybody has a tip on how to actually, but then I always say that, and then I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, the reason that you wouldn't have the ability to push a comment is that it doesn't know which one you want to push. It would be like latest comment, or something like that, which you would never want to do, because you don't know what that comment is. You need control about which comment you're pushing out, right? Because like the whole reason I was like, okay, I'm double checking what's on the comment screen before I put it into demo mode, because I don't know what you might be saying in the chat room, right? We could have a troll, we could have somebody saying bad words, like all kinds of stuff. And then you as a streamer are responsible for what goes out on your stream. So you kind of have to have that control, that manual process. Thriller Instinct, how good are the instructions guides tutorial that Elgato provides? You know what? I don't know. I've never watched a tutorial from Elgato. I'm sure they're great. You'll just have to see. I don't know. I mean, I have lots of tutorial videos here on this channel and inside of our Streamer Accelerator program where we go deeper into training, but we have lots of stuff here that you might want to take advantage of, but just give the Elgato ones a try. I'm sure they're fantastic. Crafty, I use the digital StreamDeck on my iPhone. I'm a new streamer. What are your top 3 recommended actions to make accessible during my streams? Because so crazy. Fantastic. By the way, welcome to the world of streaming. Crazy. I want to know what kind of content you create. Since you're new to streaming, I want to hear about your content. Will you leave me a comment in the comments? I always hate when I say that. Will you leave me a comment in the comments? Will you tell me in the comments? Anyway, so crazy. As I said before, you definitely want that hide comment button, and you want a mute button, and of course your main camera. Like if I had to choose 3, that would be my choice for those 3 buttons, because I could just do a single show. single hosted show, right? No overlays, nothing fancy like this or this, right? I would just have the single hosted camera, and then I would be able to pull comments easily and I would be able to mute myself. But I don't know, like the mute may fall out for this dance. Hold on, let me show you. For the dance button. All right, enough of that. I don't know. I don't know if I could do without my dance button or my snow button. John is betting that Crazy Crafter makes craft videos. Just a guess. That's kind of what was in my head as well. I guess we'll see. Let's see, Fred. So what do you actually connect the StreamDeck to in terms of cables? It's just USB, so it's literally plug and play. You plug it in and you download the software and you're good to go. Oh, D&D tabletop terrain. I kind of know what that means. D&D tabletop terrain. My nephew plays D&D. I think he still plays D&D. He's a teenager. So he's all over the place. Fred, if we're using ATEM Mini Pro and the companion plug with StreamDeck, can we still get the camera image on the key? Okay, so I think I understand what you're asking. That was a really high-pitched voice right there. As long as you can assign one of these keys to one of these options, then you can then load one of our custom icons, right? Where were those StreamDeck keys? Right? You can load anything you want just by doing that. So hopefully that answers your question. I think I understood it correctly. Sometimes when I click off, I lose my place in the question queue. Let's see. Okay, there we are. Singing. For super stickers, what should I do to get a notification or something so they can be acknowledged? Okay, so super stickers. So what you need to do is we use Streamlabs. So much prefer Stream Elements around here, but with Ecamm specifically. So if you're using vMix, Stream Elements. If you're using Ecamm, Streamlabs works better with Ecamm as of now. And so if I go into demo mode, you'll see this super chats, right? This is a box that literally does nothing until I get a super chat. And if anybody wants to do something just for demo purposes, then you'll see that. But what you do is you go into overlays, new widget overlay, and then you put, oops, I don't know if I can show that. Don't copy that URL. Or I guess you will display my super chats. But anyway, you set the URL and the name for it, and then I always change it to 500 because this is what Paul tells me to do. 30 frames per second, and then I add that widget overlay, and that's what this box is. And then when I get a super chat, it shows up here. Now, does it show super stickers? That's a great question, because Love Audio just put in a super sticker, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it actually does show super stickers. It may just do super chats. So super stickers, I'm going to have to get back to you. I'm going to have to figure that one out and get back to you on there. Oh, there we go. Oh, you saw it. Super chat. Yeah, no, okay. It comes in as a super chat. So it does do super stickers and super chats. Phew, I thought I did it first, and then I second guessed myself, and then I was freaking out. And then I was like, okay, just move on. Thank you so much. My super chats barely show up. What do you mean? Yes, super chat like this. John's is about to come through. But yeah, so that all happens on the Streamlabs side. So you have to build it out, right? You can do some generic ones. There we go. 1111, his signature. You can do some generic ones that they have built in, or you can customize like what we've done with Abby. Israel, do you have the ability to create a button that will fly in text overlay for a single scene? So what you would want to do for that particular purpose is create. So if you're going to use the show hide overlay that I showed you earlier, then for a single scene. Okay, so in that case, okay, there are two scenarios here, and I think you're asking just for a single scene. Here's the difference. If you want just a scene that is attached to a camera, so you want the fly-in overlay. Hold on. You want this fly-in overlay, right? That is attached to this specific camera. Then you're using the run scene option, this run scene option right here. If you want the ability to have an overlay that plays on whatever scene, wherever you are in your production, like the snow, right? It doesn't matter what thing I'm on. I don't care which scene I turn to. As long as that snow overlay is on, then you will see, great hand model, then you will see the snow, right? So that has to be done in here, show in all scenes, make sure the snow is loaded, or the overlay that you want to, that fly-in overlay that you're talking about, you have that right here in this show in all scenes section, and then just hide it, unhide it. Your button that I showed you earlier with like the snow, you're using the show hide overlay option for that. So let me turn the snow on. Snow! I love snow. Christian, how many scenes do you have in Ecamm Live? You can't create profiles there, only folders. Right, I have tons of scenes. Like, tons. Hey, there's Renee. I see Renee in there, and look, I have Renee's name right here. That's my placeholder for Renee when he was on. So yeah, I have tons. As far as we have tested, Michael Hyatt, who's a huge Ecamm user, has tested hundreds and hundreds of them for his presentations. Neither of us have found a limit to the scenes, so you can have as many as you want. But yeah, I do use folders for that purpose, right? So I have like the main solo and then the LSP interview. This is when Paul updated graphics, so I had a new folder for that. Anyway, so you can do, oh, was I not showing you that whole time? Anyway, you got the gist. Hi! Renee is going to come back on the show. I don't care if he wants to or not. I've been getting requests for Renee to get his butt back on this show. Who's with the requests? Who wants Renee back? James, as somebody who is getting into streaming, which stream deck would you recommend? Great question, James. So here's the deal. When you're just getting started in streaming, oftentimes you want to go smaller. That is the natural way of thinking. But every single one of our students who has gotten one of the smaller stream decks inevitably wishes they wouldn't have. You've seen how many buttons I have on my stream deck and how many profiles I have, right? Like for a single show, I fill up an entire screen of these big ones. So if you want to eventually be able to do pips where you're sharing your screen in this box, where you want to be able to have overlays, where you want to be able to do pretty much anything that you want to be able to do, and as a starter streamer, you don't yet have those ideas, but once you start digging in, it's just gonna keep unlocking and snowballing. So I highly recommend going for the XL. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but you're future-proofing yourself. Or stay with just mouse and click buttons, or you can use the number keys on your keyboard for now until you're ready to afford the XL. But once you do go to the XL, you're gonna love yourself for making that decision. That's my personal experience with our students. They tell me all the time, I wish I wouldn't have gone for the small one. Yes, exactly, Coulter. Went straight for the XL because I knew I'd want more if I got a smaller one. That's the thing with streaming. Okay, I have just a few minutes before I have to go. I do have a call at 11. So I'm gonna rapid fire through these, okay? So many questions. I did not anticipate. That's my alarm telling me I have a call, sorry. Okay, Spirit, I looked for the drop down to choose which overlay to show hide and it didn't give me one. Can you show me again? Yes. So if we go into snow, here in snow, you're using the show hide overlay. You're dragging that in here. That's what I've dragged in. You can see show hide overlay. And then this, where it says overlay, is the drop down. It does not look like a drop down, but it is. So you just have to click whatever it chooses for you and choose the overlay that you have set up. That's how you do that. Okay, rapid fire. Scott, how come my buttons change to show a preview of the scene instead of the icon? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, I'm going back into demo mode. Okay, this is a little bit frustrating. This is one of the things that is a little bit frustrating about the StreamDeck. So here, you'll notice that with this, when you have the ability to have two different icons, essentially an inactive one and an active one. So let's say that when this camera, when this one is active, you want it to show red. So then you could individually show that to say, like, this is the active button right now. This is what's going out on stream. Then you would do that. So when you click it, I'm on that camera, so it's active. But when I click away to something else, let me do that, then this goes blue. Right? So that's how you would use these two different icons for active and inactive. But, and in fact, yeah, I would do inactive on the first one and active on the second one because that's when you click it. So that's how you can use that. But if you don't know that, it can be frustrating because when you start a new scene, let me just do this. Yes, replace. When you start a new scene, sometimes I have noticed, sometimes it defaults to that second one. And then you don't notice it, and then you're loading in those icons, and then when you click it, it's going to this other thing, and it's weird. So I wish that was a little clearer from StreamDeck, but there you go. You have that information now, and you can do what you want with it. Active, inactive, that's the whole point of those two different sections right there. Dual icons, yeah, dual icons, is that the actual word for it? Thank you. It is annoying, but it also can be very helpful if you need that like visual notification of this is the active button right here and now. Okay. Can you make a video suggesting your best streaming gear, including camera, mic, laptop, PC, software under $1,500, which can be, I believe we have a video all about that. So search the YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube, youtube.com/livestreamingpros, search our channel for gear. We have a playlist of the best gear. So we have videos that are around those budgets. Career insights. Newbie streamer doing interviews via Restream on Windows laptop. Any hotkeys StreamDeck like recommendations? Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I've given you lots of ideas for what is really important. So hopefully you heard those. I gotta go. I do. Okay, you guys, I could talk Stream Deck all day long. I freaking love this thing. This is one of my favorite, this is probably my favorite piece of gear in my entire studio is the Stream Deck. So it really, with the icons, it literally changed my world because it cleaned up everything. It made it so super simple to see what I'm doing during my production. So if you want those, you can go get them here. If you don't, no biggie, up to you. But if you have any further questions, drop them in the replay and I will try and get in here and answer them. But of course, Fridays, open Q&A, so you can continue to ask questions. So tomorrow I'll be talking about analytics with live streaming. That's a huge topic for me. Okay, I gotta go. You guys, love ya. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let's dance this baby out, and I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. Bye.